Welcome to Getting to Know the Travel Process. This video was created by UNC Charlotte's Controller's Office. In this video, you will get to know the typical steps to take before, during, and after completing approved business travel for faculty or staff at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. For complete travel process details, please reference the travel manual and other resources provided at the end of this video. In addition to university processes outlined throughout this video, contact your departmental business officer or business office staff for more information on the specific travel-related processes in place for your department or college. Before travel can occur, there are some important items you need to know about and actions that you will need to take. Let's get started. Before booking and paying for any travel expenses, determine if a travel authorization needs to be completed by following these guidelines. If the trip is more than 35 miles away and overnight, or if the trip is 35 miles away and subsistence meals will be reimbursed, complete a travel authorization form. Otherwise, a travel authorization is not needed. However, a mileage and parking reimbursement form may be needed. If you determine that a travel authorization is needed, make sure an approved and signed travel authorization is on file with the travel office at least 2 weeks prior to travel. If international travel is involved, you also need to notify the Export Control Office of the dates and location of travel prior to traveling. Now that your travel authorization is in place, it's time to prepay for required travel costs. Use a UNC Charlotte purchasing card or P-card whenever possible to pay for expenses like registration, airfare, and hotel. If you travel infrequently, your department may have someone designated to use a UNC Charlotte P-card, so contact them well in advance about your needs. Remember, no one may use the P-card to pay for food. The P-card is easy to use and avoids the hassle of waiting to get reimbursed after travel for out-of-pocket expenditures. If combining personal time while on business travel, perform and attach a same-day cost comparison for airfare to the travel reimbursement to validate that the traveler's personal travel does not result in additional cost to the university. Remember, P-cards cannot be used to pay for personal expenses. If you choose to stay in third-party lodging, for example, rental of a house through a private party like Airbnb, submit a third-party lodging request form and required documents for approval no less than 2 weeks before departure to begin the process of obtaining the required advance. Without this approval, third-party lodging expenses will not be reimbursed. Now we will cover what you need to know while in travel status. During travel. During travel, you need to be aware of the following. In general, do not pay for others' travel expenses unless you are using an authorized P-card and they are also authorized for university-related business travel. Itemized documentation is required except for subsistence, so make sure to keep your receipts organized. Subsistence is reimbursed at state legislated per diem rates. This includes tips on meals. Make sure you keep the conference agenda to support allowable subsistence meal reimbursement. Generally, if a meal is provided by the conference site, you cannot claim subsistence for that meal. While traveling, also be aware of the allowable tip limits for various expenses and allowable mileage you can claim to and from the airport. In this last section, we will cover what you need to do after travel is complete. Now that you've returned from travel, it's time to finalize your paperwork and itemize the total trip expenses. If a travel authorization form was submitted, complete and submit a request for travel reimbursement to the travel office and attach supporting documentation within 30 days upon returning from the trip. Reimbursement requests received 60 days after the trip return dates are taxable to the traveler. You may be wondering, how long will it take until I receive my reimbursement? Lower risk reimbursement requests that qualify for delegated authority will be processed within 1 to 3 business days once they are received by the travel office. These requests will be post-audited by the travel office staff at a later date. All other reimbursement requests will be reviewed upon receipt by the travel office staff to ensure they are in compliance with travel policies. They will be processed for payment within 5 to 10 business days. These types of reimbursement requests will take slightly longer to process for payment due to the required pre-audit. Now you know the basics of travel at UNC Charlotte. For additional travel information, refer to the resources shown here. Contact your departmental business officer or business office staff for more information on the specific travel-related processes in place for your department or college. For more information about financial services on campus, please visit the Financial Services website at finance.uncc.edu. Thank you for watching and safe travels.